Well, hello, and thank you for joining today on Tony. Let's jump right in. First post The New Right. When the Conservative Party was silent, the People's Party was fighting, and they continue to fight while Pierre runs around Europe, and now including the US, using your donations. Right on, using the same argument right back at them. And it's true, too. PPC is the only party that has been fighting for the people. Absolutely true. And here's a post from Boo. If you don't know, she's a die-hard CPC PP bro. I say she. She could be a guy, because they do support gender ideology, so technically it could be true. We couldn't have been a hero. He couldn't have been a hero, but choose to be a zero. This is just like the floor crossing nobody voted lib when Sin chose to protect Trudeau. Yeah, he didn't care about the people who voted for them. He didn't care about the party. Kind of like Laurie, only different, but kind of the same. Okay. Yeah, he's a piece of S. If voting NDP gets you Liberal government, what is the sense of voting NDP? It's quite the odd meme, considering the same could be said about the CPC, because they quite literally voted to keep the Liberals in power. Way to go, Boo. Here's Michael Bader. We must end the foreign aid grift, and the only leader that would put an end to it is Maxime Bernier. Correct. Remember during COVID, the truth tellers were censored? Why do you think they would let Max debate? Wouldn't let Max debate, I assume. And this is Wealth Moose, in response to Wealth Moose's post of all the foreign aid that's leaving Canada. And this is how you know PPC is the only Canada First party because they're the only ones addressing this issue. Like, why are we sending our money abroad? There's Canadians struggling to feed themselves, house themselves. It makes zero sense. All the money should stay home. Canada First. Vote PPC. Okay, next post. John Paul Berg. It's not real. It hasn't been for decades. Politics is the bread and circus of modernity, an elaborate and performative charade to provide the illusion of participatory governments to the debt-ridden wage slaves. They are herding us like sheep towards centralized control, utilizing this right versus left slave dialectic to manipulate our behavior. Yep. We're multiple generations deep into this ideological subverting the peasantry. Most of us have no conception of what's occurring. Absolutely true. Most of us don't. Those of you still culture war grifting to validate your inflated impressions of yourself are actively participating in your own subjugation, fueling the division while the technocratic control grid is constructed around us. Now, in my opinion, this excludes John Paul Berg and myself because we're drawing attention to it. John Paul Berg much better than myself, I must admit. But you gotta steer people, or at least give people the only option that is left on the table. And that's the whole reason why I'm doing this, is I want to put a face behind and raise awareness and have a little bit of fun while I'm at it, because why not? Next. Zachary Tisdale. You do not need permission from the government to defend yourself, your home, or your loved ones. Self-defense is a natural right. Yes, but legally speaking, they get to decide after the fact what was appropriate. So by no means in Canada do you have the right to self-defense, because after the fact, you're going to be judged on your split-second decisions and what was appropriate force and what was not. In my opinion, the appropriate force is the most effective force. Simple as. You break into my house, I'm going to use the most effective, expedient means to defend myself and my family. Period. Most conservatives do not have a grasp of that. When I say conservatives, I mean CNOs. The ones that get libs in power. Okay, last post. Gun owners of Canada, but our elbows are up. Canada reports surprise loss of 83,900 jobs in February. Unemployment rate rises. Now, this one hits pretty close to home because someone very close to me is unemployed right now just because of this, and a lot of acquaintances as well. And I find it particularly frustrating because it's being used to have that narrative Orange Man bad. Yes, he might have started it, but our limp-wristed government perpetuated it and jumped full into a fight that they knew they weren't going to win. They knew it. They knew they weren't going to be able to win. And that includes Pierre Hermitsar Poilievre. He was right on board with that, and now he is just pretending to be opposition. So, yay, our horrible government is putting its people last. Unfortunately, that's how I see it. I'm pretty sure it's true. Thanks for joining me.
Tony!